Greetings. Markets were down yesterday, especially in the tech sector.
The Nasdaq shed 2.46%, the Dow Jones rose 0.09%, the S&P 500 shed 0.77% to close at 3876.
Apple fell 2.53%, Tesla lost more than 7%. Disney and the oil companies have grown well. And this is not surprising, oil is renewing highs and again above 65. Refreshes highs and copper is a leading indicator of the economy. All is well on the aid package. The Budget Committee approved $1.9 trillion, a vote on February 26. Inflationary expectations put pressure on the market, which are evident against the background of rising yields on US bonds.
Fed officials are confused in the readings. Kaplan says inflationary pressures are increasing, and Barkin says that there is no fundamental shift in inflationary expectations.
This means that there is inflation and it is more difficult to hide it, but the Fed does not want panic in the markets and denies it.
Since you will still have to react to inflation, the choice in this difficult issue will obviously be made in favor of the dollar. The rate will be raised and the markets will collapse.
But this will clearly not be now and most likely not in 2021. Therefore, now it makes sense to buy falling tech giants. In the era of the global internet, given their positions and capabilities, tech giants will be fine in the medium term. Gold and silver, the prospects of which have been talked about many times, come to life. But this is only the beginning. Until the end of the year I expect gold above 2000 and silver between 40 and 50. Remember that you need to buy something that is cheap, and do not miss out on opportunities. We recently talked about how inflation will affect everyone. The best anti-inflationary asset is Bitcoin. Most wealthy people have already bought it, because they understand the essence of what is happening and the prospects for the asset.
After hitting highs on the weekend yesterday, Bitcoin fell below 50k. Now it is trading slightly above this level and is attractive for purchases.
There were a lot of questions about Bitcoin goals.
The answer is that the goals are above 100k. The time to reach is most likely 2022, although I do not rule out attempts in this.
The correct tactic here is to buy and hold until the goal is reached. In case of a decrease, to buy in addition. When investing with a horizon of 6-12 months, you cannot really delve into the local movements of Bitcoin. Review of the US stock market. Apple shares. Guys, I strongly ask your forgiveness. I understand that you are looking at our reviews to learn something new about a company that is of interest to you or to learn a new investment idea. But it so happens that they write the same questions about Apple, and therefore I want to make an extensive analysis of the current trading situation. Questions are coming: is it time to merge Apple on a drawdown and how far they can fall? I hasten to assure you that this should not worry you. I've always given investment advice on Apple, so it shouldn't matter to you whether the stock falls or rises every day. We are sure that the company will sell phones and its other goods with the same success you invest in it. At this point in time, the company should continue to be bought back, especially strongly near the level of $125 per share. There are a number of analysts who advise dumping securities when the $125 level is broken, but I do not recommend that you do this. Whatever happens to the company's shares, it will still make a profit by the end of the year and bring returns. I don't see any problems with Apple's business, as well as practically all big tech. Therefore, this recommendation applies to other companies in the tech sector which are sagging. If Apple stock falls below $125, averaging is appropriate. Of course, without shoulders and with your own money. It's one of those companies that many Wall Street funds are betting on. Coca-Cola shares. There was a similar panic in the stake. Do not dare to sell shares of this company under any circumstances. I gave a medium-term recommendation to buy from the lower border of the trend channel and hold the stock until it reaches the upper border of the channel. Cola stocks move cyclically, falling and growing further. The general stock vector goes higher and a logical long movement from the lower border of the channel to the upper one is the best tactic in this security. Do not panic and dump stocks from small fluctuations. The idea is to hold, and therefore you need to be patient in order to get the result. This is a fairly conservative investment and there is nothing to worry about. Palantir promotions. While one cannot do without mentioning one of the rather aggressive investment ideas that we gave. Yes, we will talk in more detail about Palantir promotions. I talked about this company and noted that it is a rather underestimated company that can bring a fairly good return. Palantir, which was founded by the natives of PayPal, has huge opportunities that could come true. Investing in Palantir is similar to investing in Facebook early in the market. There is no dispute, the risks are also great here, but the question is whether this security should be added to the portfolio or not. My opinion has not changed since then, so it was also supplemented. The only thing is that I would give 10% of the portfolio to the conservative portfolio, and from 30–40% to the aggressive one to hold this security for a year or more. Volatility will be high for them, but good diversification will help reduce risks. Well, now let's move on to the conclusion. Should we be afraid of the correction and fall of the markets? Often people who have recently come to the market are afraid of the so-called second bottom or black swan. They want to try everything at once. From regular stock purchases to high-risk margin instruments. Of course, it is difficult to navigate without knowledge and without experience, but here are some reasons why I am not expecting a correction in the near future. So far, there are no drivers for the market to fall, such as the introduction of new lockdowns and quarantine measures. Interest rates will not be raised in the near future until a number of economic targets are met. Speculators speculate on price movements with the fulfillment of the mathematical expectation in their favor. Investors invest for a long time in the company's business and they don't care about drawdowns, the slightest price fluctuations in a short period of time. They bought and are waiting. Beginners, on the other hand, wears it to one extreme, then to the other, and in the end everything, of course, ends sadly for them, but if you initially keep your head cold and not give in to rumors and speculation, then everything will be fine with you. Forex Market Review for February 23. Currency pair EUR/USD. For the euro-dollar, everything is going according to plan, as we wrote in our previous forecasts. I am glad to those people who listened to my advice to follow the originally planned euro-dollar goal. I recommended entering a medium-term trade to strengthen the euro against the dollar near the trend channel line, and several times the price began to go against us. There was a choice, either to close the position with a smaller profit or to pull yourself together and continue to hold the deal. I have held and wait patiently, paying the swaps. Understand, if you came to the market, especially the forex market, because it is by definition a margin market, because trading without leverage is not so interesting, then you must be prepared for risks. If you are twitching about a deal, then you are either mentally unprepared or risking too much for yourself. As long as the currency pair is moving towards our goal, everything is going according to plan. USD/JPY currency pair. Of course, everyone wants to always have a profit, but sometimes you should also admit mistakes. So, for the yen, our recommendation failed to work out properly and the price knocked us out by stop loss. Again, you need to be prepared for this and follow risk management. Trading, especially a speculative trading method, is always a series of victories and defeats, but a successful trader differs from an unsuccessful one in that the former knows how to take losses and without breaking his method of getting a positive difference for a year or more. For the yen, I still recommend waiting for the price to drop to the next support level and see what the price will tell us, how it will behave at this level. The level we are interested in is at 104.374. Well, that's all for now. Until next time.